Public Services and Procurement Canada has arrived at the culmination of its robust 7-step process to procure a new fleet of fighter jets for Canada. Today, I am announcing that Canada is acquiring a new fleet of 88 state-of-the-art F-35 fighter jets through an agreement that we have finalized with the United States government and Lockheed Martin with Pratt & Whitney. This investment is estimated at $19 billion, making it the largest investment in our Royal Canadian Air Force in 30 years. Je suis ici pour annoncer que le Canada va accueillir une nouvelle flotte de 88 avions de chasse F-35 grâce à un accord que nous avons conclu avec le gouvernement des États-Unis et Lockheed Martin avec Pratt & Whitney. Cet investissement est estimé à 19 milliards de dollars, ce qui en fait le plus important investissement dans notre aviation royale canadienne depuis 30 ans. This acquisition will occur with funding set out in our 2017 defense policy, Strong, Secure, Engaged. It delivers on our commitment to ensure that our Air Force has the equipment needed to protect Canadians. The F-35 is a modern, reliable, and agile fighter aircraft used by our closest allies in missions across the globe. It is the most advanced fighter on the market, and it is the right aircraft for our country. The F-35 provides pilots with enhanced intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance capabilities, greatly improving their situational awareness and survivability in today's high-threat operational environment. Canada's new fleet of 88 jets is being acquired in tranches, starting with an initial tranche of 16. We expect the first 4 aircraft to be delivered in 2026, the next 6 in 2027, the subsequent 6 in 2028, with the full fleet to arrive in time to enable the phase-out of the CF-18s by the end of 2032. As we move towards a new fleet, we are ensuring that our Air Force has the aircraft needed to protect Canada in the interim. We have procured Australian F-18s to supplement our existing fleet of CF-18 aircraft, which are also being upgraded under the Hornet Extension Project. These 2 initiatives will help extend the life of our CF-18 fleet to 2032 and will allow for a gradual transition from the CF-18 to the F-35 while ensuring that the RCAF is equipped to sustain key defense missions in North America and internationally. En faisant l'acquisition de cette flotte, nous améliorons les capacités du Canada dans notre espace aérien et nous permettons une coordination plus étroite et plus fluide avec nos alliés. Cette nouvelle flotte de chasseurs assurera la capacité du Canada à remplir ses obligations militaires chez nous et lui permettra de respecter ses engagements dans le cadre du NORAD et l'OTAN.
Under NORAD and through NATO. This investment of $19 billion includes not only the jets, but also the material and as well as the construction of modern facilities in Cold Lake, Alberta, and Bagotville in Quebec.
Investment includes not just aircraft, but also sustainment, setup, and services for the aircraft, associated aircraft equipment, and the construction of modern fighter squadron facilities in Bagotville and Cold Lake. These facilities will be home to both operational and training squadrons and will include space for daily operations, maintenance, administration, mission planning, and simulator training in support of the entire fleet. At the same time, and under separate previously announced funding, we are moving forward with investments through our NORAD modernization plan including a range of infrastructure upgrades across Canada to support NORAD and F-35 operations. Together, these projects will sharpen our military edge to keep Canadians safe, and they will create economic opportunities for our country. Let me turn now to discuss some of those economic benefits. The acquisition and initial maintenance of the F-35 has the potential to contribute over $425 million annually to the Canadian economy and close to 3,300 jobs annually for Canadian industry over a 25-year period. In fact, Canada's participation in the Joint Strike Fighter program over the past number of years has already allowed companies in Canada to secure almost $3 billion in contracts, and this number will grow. Standing back, approximately 3,000 F-35s are forecast to be produced for partners and allies across the world. And every one of these jets will also include Canadian components, from landing gear parts to engine parts to software, making the F-35 a testament to Canada's world-class aerospace and defense industry. Our industry will also be well positioned to participate in the substantial maintenance opportunities of both the Canadian and global fleets. À l'avenir, nous continuerons.
In the future, we will continue to work closely with our partners in the industry in order to provide the most recent information as to the possibilities for our workers and businesses. That includes Indigenous businesses as well as Northern businesses.
As global tensions rise, we will never waver in our commitment to keep Canadians safe. We are committed to making the necessary investments to protect Canada, and today's announcement is evidence of this resolve. The F-35 Advanced Fighter Aircraft Fleet will ensure that our aviators have the long-term ability to defend the second largest airspace in the world. It will help us to meet our NORAD and NATO commitments, and it will also deliver concrete economic benefits to our country. To the aviators of the Royal Canadian Air Force and the entire Canadian Armed Forces, thank you for your service and devotion to Canada. You risk your lives for this country, and we will ensure that you have the top-of-the-line equipment that you need to keep Canada safe. Aujourd'hui, je confirme que le...
Today, I confirm that Canada is acquiring the best fighter jet on the market for the best possible price for Canadians. And I thank all those who have played a role in this procurement process. Thank you.
Question period. As a reminder, one question, one follow-up. Nous allons maintenant commencer la période de questions. Une question de suivi. Please use the raise hand function right now. Please, s'il vous plaît, utilisez la fonction main levée maintenant. Merci. La première question, Glenn McGregor. Go ahead.
Hi, Minister. Thank you for taking our questions on this. I'm just wondering about the quantity. I mean, when Canada first started looking at the F-35s, I believe that the figure was 65 jets. Why 88? Why do we need so many of these?
First of all, Glenn, hi. This is exactly what we outlined in Strong, Secure, and Engaged. This was our policy set forth in 2017. We conducted a robust analysis and made sure that we were set to acquire the recommended number of aircraft for Canada. In addition, we need to ensure that, especially in this changing global strategic environment, we are fulfilling our obligations to NORAD and to NATO. And never has it been more clear that this is the moment that we need to ensure the defense of our country, the protection of our country, including our Arctic. And I'm confident that this is the right number and a good deal for Canada, especially after we have concluded a 7-step, robust, fair, and open competition that has led to this result.
This process was delayed a lot because your government, when it came to power, the Prime Minister was very dismissive of the F-35s. It just didn't work. And now, 5 years later, actually longer than that, 7 years later, you're now getting around to actually sending in a purchase order. Was he wrong then? And what changed if he wasn't?
Well, let me say, Glenn, that this is a highly complex procurement. It represents the most significant investment in the RCAF in 30 years. And since 2015, the aircraft has matured. And we see now that many of our allies, 8 countries in particular, are using the F-35. And Glenn, I am focused on ensuring that we deliver for the Canadian Armed Forces and for our country, as well as our multilateral obligations. And with this aircraft, which, as I said, has matured, we are doing just that.
Thank you. Next question. Prochaine question, Raymond Filion, TVA.
Next question, TVA. Good morning, Minister. Apparently, there was an interruption in Texas in December. In that context, what tells you that this is the best plane and that it is upgraded and right for Canada? That's a very good question, of course. First of all, I would like to let you know that we are working with the most recent model of this aircraft that was perfected and has matured to the extent that 11 countries have declared that it has that they believe in its capacity. Any technical problems discovered in the investigation in Texas, and until those are resolved before the production of any Canadian planes, and that is what we expect. But why is the F-35 the best plane? Why are you saying that today? Did Mr. Trudeau make a mistake in 2015 when he said that Canada did not need these planes? That Canada would not be procuring those planes?
I want to reiterate,
I wish to reiterate, first of all, that it was an open and competitive and fair process. It was also robust. That's also the reason I am here today to make this announcement. It's after that competition. And now we know that this is the best decision for Canadians and also for the best price. And we know that because of the competition. I'm sure that following that competition, that is the right answer. This is the right answer for Canada.
Thank you. Merci. Prochaine question, Mélanie Marquis.
Next question, Mélanie Marquis.
Oui.
Yes. Good morning. Ms. Anand, I'll start by asking you whether there are penalties or monetary penalties in the contract if there are any delays in production. The answer seems to be no, but I'd like to know why there is no clause in which the companies are penalized if they don't manage to provide the equipment by the deadline.
Merci, Mélanie.
Thank you, Mélanie. Canada is purchasing these jets through an established supply chain, and we trust this provider. Given the program's history in terms of delivery and delivering the aircraft on time, we believe that the aircraft will be delivered on the dates requested by Canada or very close to those dates. And we are confident in this supplier too.
Oui, puis just
yes, a follow-up question. To follow up on what my colleague Raymond was saying, you maintain that this is the best plane for the best price. But in 2012, the Auditor General talked about the amount of $25 billion for 66 planes. Now there are 86, but the cost is now $70 billion over their life cycle. How can you explain that this is the best? How can you say that this is the best? These are the best jets for the best price.
Merci.
Thank you, Mélanie, for that question. First of all, I must reiterate that we had a competition. We had a robust competitive process. And it was through that competitive process that I am here today to make this announcement. So, yes, there is a price. It's $19 billion. And of course, there are costs over the life cycle. But for a fleet of 88 jets is $70 billion. You must recall that we can maintain these costs through our plans and policies, as well as the other investments that we're going to be making through this investment. The maintenance costs were reduced by 25% since 2015 because of improvements made to these fighter jets and the technology on these planes.
Thank you. Merci. Next question, Libertium.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Minister. I wanted to ask, obviously we're on a pretty tight deadline with the CF-18s. I'm wondering, obviously, we've got a lot of preparatory work to do in terms of infrastructure, in terms of setting up sustainment and all this kind of stuff. What will the government be doing to make sure that all of this moves ahead of schedule? And can you speak to kind of this tight time frame that you have to make sure that the F-35s arrive in time for the retirement of the CF-18s? How important is that timeline?
Minister, you're on mute.
My apologies. I want to start, Lee, by setting out the timeline because I think it's very important and fairly specific in terms of information that we are providing. So the timeline for delivery is the first 4 aircraft in 2026, the next 6 aircraft in 2027, and the next 6 after that in 2028 for the full fleet to arrive in time for the full phase out of the CF-18s by the end of 2023. And what we are doing in the interim while these fighter jets are arriving is to ensure that we have an upgraded CF-18 fleet also under the Hornet Extension Project. The Hornet Extension Project is going to be introducing new weapons. It's going to ensure that we don't have gaps in our capabilities as we ensure that we are living up to our obligations under NATO and NORAD. But the key point to mention is we have confidence in the supplier to be delivering these aircraft. We have seen no issues in the supply chain and in our negotiations with them. And as a result, we are fairly confident that they will be arriving on schedule.
Thank you. And as a follow-up, you mentioned the Hornet extension project. That's over $1 billion. I think it's 1.3 billion. That's obviously one of the costs of the delay in the initial plan to purchase the CF-18 or the F-35 that was announced in 2010. There have been others as well, such as gaps and things like that. What can you say? What can you tell Canadians has been a benefit of the last 12 years of delays and constant talk about fighter jets and the F-35 that has essentially led us to the same point that, the same decision that was made in 2010?
Let me just say, Lee, that at the heart of the decision that we are discussing today is the fact that it resulted from a process that Canadians can have confidence in. It was a fair and open and competitive process run out of PSPC. And as a result of that robust process, we are able to make the announcement about the purchase of the 88 F-35s. The aircraft has also evolved and matured. 8 countries have declared an initial operational capability. And I want to reiterate that in addition to ensuring that our country will be protected and our obligations to NORAD and NATO will be maintained, we are also ensuring that economic benefits from this procurement will flow to the Canadian economy. And in particular, this procurement has the potential to contribute over $425 million annually to GDP and close to 3,300 jobs annually for Canadian industry and supply chain partners over a 25-year period. So I am confident after this open and fair competitive process that the benefits to our country in terms of national security, as well as the benefits to our country in terms of economic security, are going to persist and are present. We can only have economic prosperity if we ensure national security. And that is what our government is doing with this announcement today. Thank you.
Thank you. Merci. Next question, Murray Brewster. Go ahead.
Good morning, Minister. Thank you for taking my question. The phase-in of the F-35 will not see the aircraft achieve initial operating capability until 2029, final operating capability anywhere between 2032 and 2034. When the CF-18 was phased in, it did not take 6 to 8 years. Can you explain why it is going to take so long to get the F-35 into operational service for national security?
Thank you, Murray. So as with all major military procurements, careful planning, preparation, training is required to introduce new equipment into service. And such is the case with the F-35 procurement also. And this is particularly true for advanced weapon systems, where we must ensure sophisticated training for pilots and technicians, all while we are continuing to conduct daily operations on the CF-18 in the interim. There are complexities that we are making sure we get right And that is why we are having the phased-in process. That is why we are ensuring training will occur. That is why we are ensuring that we have the squadrons and the infrastructure at Cold Lake and Bagotville built up with the technology and the material that are necessary to house the F-35s as they arrive. And so the bottom line is one that relates to complexity and the need to be prepared for the 88 F-35s that will be coming in tranches over the next number of years.
As a follow-up question, Minister, the department officials told us in the technical briefing earlier that as far as benefits are concerned, Lockheed Martin has agreed to target benefits to the value of the contract into Canadian industry. Now, that sounds like you got a better deal than just the standard MOU. Am I reading that correctly? And if so, can you give us a little bit more detail?
Well, thank you very much, Maria. I like questions that talk about Canada getting a better deal. So thank you for asking that. But I will say that we are at the end of a process that encouraged the highest level of participation in the competition. And bidders did have the option of committing their economic benefits proposal under the standard industrial and technological benefits policy, or identifying targets under a non-contractual economic benefits arrangement. And so we certainly were able to view the cost predictions that the various suppliers were able to make in the stages of the competition. And I will say that I agree with you. Today's announcement does represent great news for Canadian businesses and workers who will be our partners throughout this project, from production to sustainment. $425 million annually to GDP, 3,300 jobs annually over a 25-year period. This is very good news for the Canadian economy as well as the Canadian Armed Forces.
Thank you. Prochaine question, Valérie Michaela.
Next question. Valérie Michaela Bain. Yes, good morning. What changed in the world or in the Canadian perspective for us to go from 65 to 88 jets?
Comme j'ai déjà dit,
as I previously said, we had a defense policy in 2017 under which we had to have 88 fighter jets for our country. We decided that in our defense policy, and in order to meet our obligations under NORAD and with NATO, we must have that number of jets. That is the correct number for our country, for our country's protection, and for our NORAD and NATO obligations. Those obligations are very important in the current global environment. With the illegal invasion of Ukraine by Putin, by Russia, we must be there for our partners, for our multilateral alliances, for our allies. And that is the case with this important procurement. Thank you. You mentioned that there was a rigorous process, that it was a very competitive request for proposals. So what did you do and what will you do to ensure that there will be no surprises in the coming years? Because yes, I know that the plane has evolved, that it's not the same plane that was available 10 years ago, but what is it that you did as a government to ensure you won't be faced with bad surprises down the road with this equipment?
Comme toujours,
As always, we ensured that we would be ready to face surprises. How do we go about that? We must be proactive. We must be responsive. And we must foresee potential problems in the future. That is how I operate as Minister of National Defense, but also I told my department and my officials to also ensure that we had a close relationship with the provider, with the supplier, and that we find out about problems ahead of time. It is a more mature plane now. It's a very mature fighter jet now with a better performance than it previously had. So we will be ready to deal with all possibilities, but we are sure that this is the best response for our Canadian Armed Forces